Welcome to Lagniappe, a program about events, issues, and people. I'm Cory, Crowe. I'm joined by Ralph Calhoun from the Biedenharn Museum and Gardens. And Ralph, good to have you back on Lagniappe.
Always good to be here, Cory.
You've got one of your big events that comes up every year, and every time I come to the gardens, I always wonder, man, that must be hard to do that. That's got to take a lot of skill and patience to be that nice to the plants.
Well, and that's not me. Our horticulturalist, Frances Hudson, is wonderful, and she's got a good crew, and part of their job is to kind of keep me away from the plants.
You've got a garden symposium coming up. Is it going to teach folks how to be nice to the plants?
Yeah, it does. And also there's opportunity at symposium to get plants too. So we're 30 years plus with doing the symposium, and it's changed its flavor over the years. But basically what we do is on Friday, the 19th, so we're a few weeks out, we have 3 speakers who come in, 2 of them in the morning. We kind of switch off between the 2 different speakers. And then in the afternoon, we've got a lady named Martha Butler who will do a floral presentation. I love it. It's maybe not where my skill set is, but she'll do arrangements, and it's amazing. They'll take starting with nothing and just putting flowers into a container or something, and she'll come up with just incredible arrangements. And when you watch it, you think, hey, I could do that. You know, there's enough instruction there that you could do that for a dinner or something at your house.
I just don't ever know. There's too many different things to choose from. I don't know what goes with what. Just ram it all in there.
To me, it's like jazz music. You just start putting it together, and most of the time it works out.
Yeah, there's a lot of wrong notes in there if I'm doing that.
There could be.
So you're going to learn how to do these arrangements. What's her name?
Her name is Martha Butler. She's with a company called the French Potager. They're in Mississippi. I'm not sure why, but for some reason all 3 speakers this year are from Mississippi. Folks will probably know, or a lot of folks would know, Felder Rushing. Felder was here. Well, he's been to Monroe a number of times, but he's got an NPR show with Mississippi Public Radio, and he's just an interesting guy in all the positive ways you could use the word interesting. He's really cool.
He was named on the 25 people most likely to change the South list.
Right.
That's pretty hard to do, to change the South.
Yeah. And change it for the better. He looks at things very differently. I know when he came last time we had him for symposium, he has a pickup truck, and actually in the truck bed, he has a garden. And so you'll see him driving down the interstate. He's growing stuff in the back of his truck.
My father-in-law did that, but that was just because he wouldn't get those potatoes out that time, I think.
Right. This is intentional.
This is intentional.
Yeah.
He is going to be coming and talking. What are some of the topics that Felder will talk about?
Well, you don't always know with Felder what he's going to talk about, but a lot of our focus this year is on regional and local plants, and the idea that those are the things we should grow.
Well, that just makes sense. That's what grows here.
It makes sense. But there are a lot of people who try to grow things that aren't from around here, and that's not going to work.
Yeah, it usually doesn't work out well.
Yeah, I think today on the way over to the radio station, I saw someone putting in these palm trees for something, and they'll go for a couple of years, and then they'll be a nice little freeze, and they'll be gone.
Right.
So use your money more wisely and buy something that'll fit our zone and everything. So I think there's a lot of focus on that. Our other speaker, Teri Wyly, her topic is called Grown, Not Flown, and it's the idea that, get local things as opposed to stuff that's coming from other countries that really doesn't work out here.
So you've got a little meet and greet with these folks before the conference starts on the 18th.
Yeah, and we've never done this before, so this is a new thing. We know that there are people who would like to meet these speakers, like to talk to them. that can't get off work on Friday. So we've got a thing that Thursday night. It's just a meet the speakers reception. It runs from 5 to 7, and it's an opportunity to come into the gardens, which are gorgeous this time of year. Little wine and cheese reception and meet folks, and not only meet the speakers, but meet other people who are garden minded.
All right, let's talk about that. That's the 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Right.
You've got to get a ticket to this. There's an admission fee.
Right. So for the meet the speakers and for the symposium, there's a fee. And then on the 20th, we have our annual public plant sale, which is free to get into. Of course, you're going to spend some money when you get there. We've got 5 or 6 different groups who are coming in to vend. And even I will be heading off next week to Texas to pick up plants that Biedenharn will sell. So it's popular. We've been doing this for about 6 years, the plant sale, and people plan their day around that, or they start asking us pretty, about this time of year, when is the plant sale?
Okay, so that's on the 20th.
That's the 20th. That's Saturday the 20th. Starts at 8:30, and my advice is get there early because it will sell out pretty quick.
Garden folks get up early, too.
They get up early, yeah.
I think that's a neat thing. You're going to have a lot of varieties of things that are going to grow well in our area.
Yeah. So, it doesn't make it foolproof, but it makes it a little closer to foolproof if you're working with things that like this zone as opposed to something that came from, far off and a different climate.
And sometimes those get trucked into the big box stores and
Right.
something that's got no business being here.
Yeah.
Ralph, for folks to find out more about what's going on at the Biedenharn Museum and Gardens and the Garden Symposium, the speakers, how do they register? How do they find out more?
Yeah, go to bmuseum.org or hit our Facebook page, and you'll get all the details there.
That's Ralph Calhoun, Biedenharn Museum and Gardens. The Garden Symposium, the 18th and 19th. The 20th is that big plant sale. You can find out more at Bee Museum, and you can find out more about this and other Lagniappes by visiting our website at KEDM.org. And don't forget, Lagniappe's available on all your podcast platforms. So look for it, like, and subscribe, and find our videos on YouTube. This is KEDM Public Radio.